Going to talk about how to build a search campaign. And this is going to be a very basic video. We are not going to get into Google Ads. We are simply going to tell you the concept of building a search campaign. And then in future videos, what I will do is I will actually get into the system and show you how to build this. So we're going to start out very basic. This is a basic video for anyone who wonders how to do search advertising. So let's get started. So first of all, what is a search campaign? So right here, I have search ads highlighted on the results page. So if you see here where it says sponsored and then you see a text ad, that is a search campaign and a search ad. So that is what we are talking about today. Now, these types of ads are very good for small businesses because, as you'll see on the next slide, you are running an ad right when somebody types something in. So I gave the example of a CRM for a small business, which is a piece of software, a customer relationship management for a small business. When somebody is typing something in, that is something that they're thinking about, that they're looking for information for. And if your business is the solution, that is the best place to show ads. So, for example, if you are a plumber or you are an electrician, when somebody types in electrician or plumber, you want your business to show. Now, it's a little bit more complicated than that because if we started getting into the details, you don't actually really want to show for just a basic term like plumber or electrician. But as we get started talking about this on this channel, we can get into the nitty gritty about when and where and what terms to buy. So basic principle is when somebody types something in that's relevant to your business, you are showing an ad to get people to hopefully see your business as the solution. Also, who the heck am I? Because here you are watching this YouTube channel. You're like, wait, who is this girl? Does she even know what she's talking about? So I have worked in digital marketing since 2007. I started on the client side, which means that I worked for a company. I worked for Nationwide Insurance. I worked in Columbus, downtown at their huge corporate offices. And then after I retired from Nationwide, I then started consulting. I worked with small marketing agencies starting in 2012. After working with the agencies, I started to work actually at an agency versus consult at them. And I worked at small paid search only agencies, so only doing what I'm talking about today and on this channel. And I also worked with full service agencies, meaning I worked with agencies that did social media and they made videos and they made traditional ad campaigns. And then also recently, I just started my own business, which is why you see me talking about this on the channel here. So a little bit of background about me. So after you've said, yes, I want to run search ads, the next most important thing that you're going to need to do is set your goals. So when you run an ad, do you want to get sales? Do you want to get leads? What do you want? That is going to be really, really important. Do you want them to download a white paper? So in some circumstances, that might be what you want. But what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that that aligns to your business goals. So you might be wondering, why on earth would I want somebody to download a paper versus just buy my product? For some products, that bar is much higher. So if you're selling something that is significantly more expensive or significantly more complicated to the point where somebody needs to talk to a human being before actually making that purchase, you may want to consider what we would call a softer conversion, such as downloading a paper or watching a video or something that's a little bit softer. And then maybe they have to fill out a form, which would be a lead gen, before they watch that video or before they download that paper. And then what you're doing is you are then reaching out to those leads to have those sales calls and have that conversation. So you need to make sure that you are clear on what you want out of these paid campaigns before you were to start running them. The next thing you're going to have to do is keyword research. So I mentioned on the previous slide that you may not want to just bid on the word plumber or electrician. And the reason you might not want to just bid on that word is because we don't know the intent. If I were to just come in Google and type plumber, maybe I'm looking for pictures of plumbers for a presentation that I'm doing, like this one right here. Maybe I'm looking to go to a plumbing school. Maybe I just want to know, do I need a plumber? Do I not? Like, it's just not really the most intent driven keyword. So what I normally recommend when I'm dealing with business is that you want to get ahead of that and look at the problem. So for example, pipe burst, emergency plumber. Okay, there's going to be somebody who's in need of the service right then and there. Pipe burst, what do I do? Or, toilet broke, who do I call? Toilet broke, plumber, or toilet plumber. These are the longer tail keywords that have a little bit more information. And because they're a little bit longer tail and there's less volume, so somebody typing in broken toilet, something like that, you are right there when they need you at the time of the problem, and it's going to be a little bit more affordable for you. So just a thought when you think about keyword research. There are tools that can help you with this, but one of the best tools is just your mind as a business owner, your mind and what you know that customers are looking for when they call you. So don't underestimate the power of your mind when people are trying to tell you that you need tools, that you need to purchase something to get the keywords. Think about what you know and bring that to the table. And that is a good start. Ad copy. So when we looked at the example above, and I'm going to go back to that slide for a second, this right here is ad copy. So if you read this, best CRM for small businesses. And again, I'm using the example of a plumber. I could use the example of an electrician. Best electrician for XYZ. What if you want to do certain, big jobs only? Best electrician for, rewiring your whole basement, right? Like best electrician for, you really want to hone in on the type of customer you want. And then right here, you would add in, easy to use, fast to respond, just some of the benefits that people would get. And you always want to think of benefits. And what's nice about picking industries like unrelated to you to look at for examples is these are highly competitive agencies. So software is going to be highly competitive. So that means that the bar to get customers is going to be high there. So you want to look at sort of the ideas that they have and model your concepts off of that. So these are very benefit focused. CRM without the frustration, electrician without the frustration. Hey, an electrician that will even return your phone calls, right? There's one, because I could tell you that I have tried to get workers out to my house and it's hard to get someone to even call you back, right? So what makes you unique? And you want to put that right there in the ad copy for people to see what makes you different. And the good news is you have 15 headlines and 4 descriptions to get to this ad copy. We'll go back to this ad copy. So you write everything that you can think of that is very clear. And then what you want to do is when people see that ad, you want to make sure that they are seeing the best impression and the best value that you have to offer in terms of benefits, and then they will click on it. But the good news is if you write all those headlines, the system will mix and match and deliver the best ad for the customer at the best time. And we will talk a lot about this type of thing on our channel. So next, you might want to know, okay, you got me hooked. I want to do paid search. What is the next thing that you need to do? The next thing you need to do is you need to think about a budget. So determining your daily and monthly budget is important. So the way Google Ads works, and Bing as well, is you put in a daily budget. And then that daily budget needs to align to your monthly budget. So if you wanted to spend, approximately $300 a month, you would have a daily budget of $10, right? That is going to be a low budget. And then based on the performance, you're going to need to adjust your budget. So what we typically do is you basically take your daily budget and multiply it by 30.2 because that's the average number of days in the month. And then that's how you come up with a budget. Now, a lot of times I'll get the question, well, how much do you recommend? And what I will tell you is I recommend that you spend about as much as you can afford to lose. Because at the beginning, when you start running your campaigns, it's going to take some time to ramp up and then it's going to get started. So at the beginning, it's not going to feel very comfortable. And at the beginning, when you start sending traffic, you're going to be adjusting. Okay, if they hit the page, are they actually doing what we want them to do? There's going to be a lot of refinement. So at the very beginning, you need to put in enough money that you're okay not seeing results, but I promise that eventually those results will come to you. So no worries there. But again, you start with how much do you want to spend per day? And then you think about, okay, based on how much I want to spend per day, let's look at that per month. And then that becomes your budget. Next slide. Okay, so here is something that is also crucially important, and that is that you define your targeting and your audience segment. And so why I bring this up is that you might know that you only want to go after a certain income level or a certain geographic level, or you might know that you do really well with people that are, bargain shoppers or Christmas shoppers, or there may be some different information that you know about your audience. You can layer this into your campaigns. So this right here is what I would call a more advanced technique, but you should know that this is an option. For example, if you know that you only work in a 50-mile radius, and again, I'm talking to small businesses here, then you want to take your campaign and you want to make sure that you are only showing those search ads that I showed above to people within a 50-mile radius. That is going to be very important. And then, like I said, with the demographic information as well. So if you know that you are only going to go after, people over a certain income level or males or females, you can layer that on. Now, at the beginning, that is not something that I recommend. These are more advanced techniques, but they are techniques that we can use to refine your campaigns and get better results for you in Google Ads platform. Last but not least, the landing page. So I talked about this earlier when I said when you first come and you first start offering campaigns and you've decided to put your hard-earned money to try to get campaigns and get leads or sales over to your business, you're going to learn really, really fast how good your landing page is. So first of all, what is a landing page? A landing page is the page they land on when they click on ads. So for example, if I typed in, what did I say? CRM for small business. What does that landing page look like? In fact, what I should do right now is I will go ahead and do that for you just to give you an example of what I am talking about, and we can talk through a landing page. So I am here in Google. I'm going to bring this screen down here. And I am going to type in CRM for small business. And then I'm sorry, but I am going to go ahead and click on an ad. I am going to charge them because you get charged at a per click basis. I'm going to charge Monday.com. Sorry, Monday.com. CRM without the frustration. This right here is the landing page. So if you read here, a CRM that you actually want to use, and then they tell me, okay, well, what do you want to manage? So they're asking me questions, and then they have a call to action right here, which is get started. And then they have some validation on who they worked with or who they, work with. So again, you want to make sure that the page that they land in is getting the people to do what you want them to do. That is super important. So, we could try this. We can try this for a small business, like pretend like I'm looking for an electrician. So let's go back to Google real quick. Google. And I want an electrician to, rewire my basement. So let's just try, or electrician near me is a great one. I can't even spell electrician near. Oh, there we go. Well, something already came up. So right here, electricians in Powell, these are local. These are not paid ads, but right here, it looks like Call Castle has an ad, Mr. Electric. Actually, this looks great. I mean, because I don't want to go, because see if it says find an electrician near you. This is going to be a big, call bank. I don't want something like that. I just want an electrician to come to my house. Up front, flat rate pricing, Mr. Electric of Columbus. Whoever is running his paid search campaigns, good job. Good job to you. And I'm sorry, I'm going to charge you, Mr. Electric. Let's go in and look at this page. Wow. Okay. He's an expert. He talks about himself. There's a picture. He makes improvements. And I can go ahead right here and get a quote, or I can chat with him if I have an immediate question. They have a promise. I would consider this to be a good landing page. If anything, I would consider it a little too text heavy. Again, this is just my perspective. You can always test out these things. I would probably move the quote a little quicker, because to me, this almost comes across as, okay, am I going to actually deal with the person? But again, that is just my opinion. Opinions of one don't matter. The real question that I would ask is, hey, Mr. Electric, are you getting people filling out your form? Are you getting quotes? Are you getting business? That is what is important. But again, solid landing page, not bad, but you want to make sure that this works, because when people click, you want them to perform the action. Does that make sense? Great. Okay. So I think I have one other slide here, and then we will wrap up for today. And I am going to put these, I have two more. I'm going to put this in a playlist, and then I am going to continue to try every single week, day, every other day, whenever I can, to teach paid search and help teach small business owners that are looking for more paid search. So monitoring and analysis. So tools for tracking campaign performance. So super important. And I just talked about this on the landing page. Are you getting more business? Are your leads going up? Are you getting phone calls based on your campaigns? That is going to be important. Now, there are tools for tracking this. There's Google Analytics. There are different analytics platforms. But at the end of the day, the question back to you is your business growing? That is what you care about, because the thing is, sometimes these tracking platforms are going to show results that aren't actually fully accurate. So the way I manage my campaigns is I always ask my client, how is business? Are you getting leads coming through? Are the calls good calls? And if they're not, we go ahead and we turn back and we refine that campaign and make that campaign better, so that they are getting the business that they need, that they deserve for their hard-earned money that they are spending with our team here. So next steps. So I have talked about what is a search campaign. I've talked about how you are really reaching people right at the time that they are searching. I've talked about creating ad copy, the targeting. I've talked about going ahead and making sure that your campaigns are set up that are in a way that's good for your business. And then I, last but not least, talked about how important it is that you measure and that you're getting the results that you deserve for your hard-earned money. Hope this helped today. As always, I want to post stuff that, on this channel that is helpful. If you have any questions, comment, reach out to me. If not, no big deal. But I am going to continue to post videos like this to try to help people, to try to teach people paid search. And in the next couple videos, what I will do is I will get in to Google and I will build the campaigns. And then what you can do is you can decide if it's something that you feel like you can do on your own, or if it's something like you feel like you need to hire an expert. And then I am here to offer that help. Awesome. Have a good day. Bye, guys.